The theme name is Data-Driven Digital Transformation. And in the theme, we focus a lot on, well, actually, many of the topics came up already. Mark mentioned the importance of data. We look at that as one of the major trends that will have and already has had a huge impact on very many things that we do in the software center companies. We heard Tobias talk about software for free. What might very well be the case and is the case in many of the companies, but of course there is a future on which you would want to charge, and not only for the software, but you want the price tag also on the data and the data products, and you want to understand how to monetize systems that are heavily influenced by software, data, and AI. So the business side of things is one of the important things in this theme. Also, we look at the ways of working. So what used to be, you could say, more the sequential ways of working became the agile. And already now we see that agile might not be, well, we knew that for a while, it's not the perfect way of organizing either. So there is a constant change of ways of working, and that's an important thing in this theme as well. If we then look at the projects, we have a number of active projects, and you see them here, 5, 9, 19, 27, and 41 are the numbers of the projects for those of you who might already be familiar with them. We have another project that was approved, Industrializing Data and AI. Those are the projects where we are going to hire either new software center funded PhD students or PhD students or postdocs within coding. So that is a project that will start. If we then look a little bit at what we are doing in the different projects, in the referred to as the data project, one that me and Jan are running, we have been looking into most recently the way in which we think about cost versus value of the data we collect and that we store and that we have to work with. So very often the easiest thing is to think about the costs of storing. And then very quickly you realize that the storage cost is only one, but there are other costs involved and associated with, for example, the downloading, the processing, the computing, the everything around the data we collect. And we have been working with a number of companies, primarily AB Volvo, but also Tetra Pak, Axis, and others have been involved in reason about how to think about the solution of collection, analyzing, storing, and using data. So the overall strategy for data practices, that's one of the things we do. In project 9, and this is only to mention one of the activities, maybe there are people here who read the blog post by Jan. He has been for the larger part of this year trying to kill agile ways of working. He's still trying, and we'll see where it takes us. But one of the things we do in this project is to look into the very many reasons for why agile ways of working are still super challenging for companies like the companies in this room. And what could we do instead? How could we organize? There is a poster out there, and I will be there, and there is a Strawman proposal for an alternative view on how to look at this called Radical. Another, and as a new topic within this project, we have been working on automation of regulatory compliance. We ran a workshop on that yesterday, so that is a new topic. And there is also an activity on how do we monetize the data with third parties. So the business aspect model of this. We have an associated projects with 2 PhD students, one funded by VASP and one by Chair. They are both very soon graduating, so I just wanted to mention them. Hongyi works on federated learning and reinforcement learning, and Theodore more on the semi-supervised data, also data labeling. And so they are soon graduating. We have a project by Erik Knaus, and maybe Jennifer is also here. There is Jennifer. For many years, they have been, and successfully so, looking into how to think about and how to do requirements engineering in large-scale agile settings. Then also the agile ways of working, so how to organize, how to do large-scale agile in the software center companies. More recently, this project, and correct me if I am wrong, but has shifted into looking at knowledge flows, how to have traceability, how to communicate in between different, you could say, islands within a company, different competencies, different teams, and how to think about information modeling in this very complex, complicated settings as a framework. And I am not an expert on the Cinefin framework, but as I understand it, it is a sort of a decision support framework for what approach to choose in a certain setting. And the setting could be clear, well understood, chaotic, complex, complicated. Yes, so how to reason and how to think and how to work in those different settings. And then project 49, Menu, who is also very soon graduating, is a project on ML Ops. So how to adopt and how to implement continuous development, deployment, and evolution of ML models. Publications. 3 slides on publications, quite nice, I think, for the sprint. And then as my very last thing, I would want to also, Jan already did, but welcome our special guests here today, Enche and Boris, who are here to present work they are doing in collaboration with Boeing. And I see at least some Boeing people in the end there in the last row in the room. So thank you for this. And please visit the posters to all of these projects if you have the chance. Thank you.